Welcome to Fringes with Fishman. I'm Stephen Fishman. So Fringes, you probably heard that term thrown around. Perhaps it was the very first time that you were hiring a SAG actor, and you're wondering, well, exactly what are those? Fringes are additional labor expenses that you're paying on top of wages. Now, these are wages that you're paying to employees, not independent contractors. The fringes are things like FICA, FUI, SUI, PH&W, which is Pension Health and Welfare. The thing to really keep in mind is that these fringes can vary from state to state and also from payroll company to payroll company. SUI, State Unemployment Insurance, SUI, is one of those fringes. The money covers crew if they claim unemployment, and as a producer, you're responsible for paying SUI up to the wage cap. If you're not using an employer of record payroll company, you're also responsible for handling the claims. It's complicated because the rates vary from state to state. The payroll company calculates and makes the payments for you. SUI seems expensive, but there is an annual cap, and once you hit that cap, you stop paying. SAG-AFTRA is likely the first guild that you will work with, and they'll ask that you become a signatory to one of their contracts, engage an employer of record payroll service, and pay into their pension health and welfare, their PH&W funds. Working with SAG-AFTRA and other unions, you'll need to include PH&W fringes in your budget. PH&W isn't charged on everything. For example, you don't pay PH&W on per diem. Like some other fringes, PH&W is capped. You are responsible for paying the PH&W per employee up to that cap. Definitely keep this in mind when you are creating your budget. FICA, the Federal Insurance Contributions Act. This federal tax funds Social Security and Medicare, and keeping the math simple, it's the same no matter where you film. As a producer, you're responsible for withholding employee contributions and then matching those withholdings. While the percentage rate you pay tends to stay the same, it can still get a bit complicated. Even though the tax is labeled FICA, it has two parts. The first is OASDI, commonly referred to as Social Security, which does have a wage cap. The second is Medicare, which has a base rate and a surtax that's applied for wages above a certain amount. For an especially accurate budget, try breaking OASDI and Medicare out separately. The Federal Unemployment Tax Act, or FUTA, which funds Federal Unemployment Insurance, or FUI. As a producer, you alone are responsible for paying this tax. Employees do not contribute. The same rate applies for every state. Year to year, the rate or the ceiling could change. That's something you really want to pay attention to. You may be wondering why you pay into a federal program when the state program pays out the benefits. Think of FUTA as a stopgap for state programs. The easiest way to get it right is to engage a payroll company that will accurately calculate, charge, and pay these taxes for you. Fringes don't have to be scary. Contact me for a deeper dive, and remember, fringes are our friends.